almost impossible for us to imagine. You can see statistics. Goldman Sachs produced a report arguing, I think quite convincingly, that 300 million jobs worldwide will be lost to AI. They've also pointed out that at the same time as those jobs are lost, and we can talk a little about where those jobs will be lost, what industries are likely to disappear, that we don't really know what new industries are going to emerge, and therefore what kind of training you need to provide for those new industries. One of the cliches that I'm sure you've heard at this conference, and we'll hear again and again, is that 60% of jobs that exist in the United Kingdom today did not exist in 1945, right? So, thinking forward, the change over the next 10 years is likely to be much more dramatic. We're likely to be in a situation in which, I would guess, 30 or 40% of the entire employment of this country will be altered. Some of those things are very straightforward. Right? We can see already that ChatGPT is already in a position to effectively replace all call centers immediately. The amount of time it takes to develop software has reduced by 90% in 6 months. 90% in 6 months. That means that either a company is going to be employing 1/10 of the number of software developers, or it's going to be producing 10 times the amount of software. We can see already that content producers and the creative industries are being transformed. Right? You may have seen the recent release. If we'd been talking 2 weeks ago, ChatGPT was saying, and this was conventional wisdom amongst the AI community, AI is quite good at image generation, static image generation, but it's no good at moving image generation. Great. Yesterday, the release confirms that it can now do almost flawless 1-minute moving image generation. Right? It's going to be a very, very short time before none of you, in putting together a video for your company or your school or your training provider, will have to go to a studio or an actor. You will simply be able to type in a 1-sentence instruction and it will generate your video for you. The same will be true if you are running a business that is employing creative designers in fashion. Right? You know those websites where we shop online and you get to look at all the different clothes on different models. Suddenly AI will be able to put every type of clothes on every type of model that you need with a click of a button, and you won't need any models anymore, and you won't need to hire studios or put any clothes on them, right? These are just the beginnings of transformations which will hit legal, financial services, and will hit also in ways that I can't yet envisage. If you think about the ways in which the pre-AI tech world changed things, right? The way in which Uber reinvented taxis, right? Uber obviously meant that suddenly it was no longer necessary to train people with the knowledge. That whole technological transformation meant that the expansion of the hippocampus of the London cabbie that allowed them suddenly to be able to know their way around every London street became suddenly unnecessary because of technological transformation. You now sit in a London cab and they're typing the address into Google Maps or Waze, right? But these types of transformation will be much, much more rapid under AI.